Hey peeps, what's going on? This is my vlog every day, number 20. I'm sorry I didn't post number 20 last night, but I got so tired and then I just went to bed. Um, Elio, um, I'm not, I need to kind of meditate a little bit on whether or not I'm ready to do a tarot reading for you. Um, the only reason I hesitate is because there's a crazy pug in my house. No, I'm kidding. The only reason I hesitate is because I've never done a reading for someone before, and there's a huge responsibility when you do a reading for someone to take it seriously, and I want to be sure that I am ready, if that makes any sense. It's not something that I take lightly. It's not something that I even view as like a hobby. It's it's a big deal, and if you take it very seriously and I misread something, there's a lot that could go wrong based on that. And because I take it so seriously, I just wanted you to know, like, I and maybe I just need to do it. Maybe I just need to have the first one and let it be the first one. But I guess it's kind of like I don't know. Will I ever really feel like I'm ready? I don't know. Maybe I won't. Maybe I just need to do the first reading and see. But I take it seriously. So not that you don't, but that's the reason I'm hesitating at all. It's not for any other reason except that it's a big deal, and I've never done a reading for someone. I've never even pulled cards for myself yet. So I've been learning about what the cards mean, and I've been studying them. And basically, I take a card a week and I meditate on it and I think about it and I reread the definition, and it's a very big deal to me. Um, I take it very seriously. Even when I take my tarot cards out, I meditate before. I try and cleanse my energy. I try and bring myself back to zero. Um, I really, really take it seriously. And I know I've said that a bunch of times, but I just want you to know if I do a reading for you, um, it will be a big deal because it will be my first. So if I decide that I want to do it justice, I want to do you justice. I don't. My personality, I usually have a fear of failing people, and I would never want to fail you on that level because I consider you a friend, and you're one of my peeps, and it's a big deal. And the fact that you asked is huge, that you would put that that trust in me. Not that it's that deep for you, maybe, but for me, it's like, wow, it's a big deal. So I'm considering it, and it's just it's kind of scary for me, the idea of doing my first reading, the idea of doing any reading, because um, it's kind of like when I get feelings about when I think about someone. It could be anyone. It could be Obama. And if I focus on them strongly enough, I'll get thoughts, sometimes images, sometimes words, sometimes names, and I have no idea where they're coming from, except that there's a certain feeling like they come from somewhere else. And the only way that I can describe it is that it's almost like somebody else is opening my head and dropping that information into the top of it. And it almost feels like, you know how when you get into a pool and you're like, "Ooh, that's cold." It's like a different temperature than the rest of my thoughts. If that makes any sense at all. It probably won't. Most people say it. look at me like I'm crazy if I talk about this stuff, which is why I don't talk about it often, because most people are like, yeah, you're a fucking nut. Yeah, pretty much. So I do have a sensitivity, that I've been guided multiple times and pushed towards the tarot. And I got the cards out earlier, and even touching them, like I meditated before I touched them, and I cleansed my energy, and I brought myself to zero, and I said my prayer, which is not a prayer to God, but it's like just where's the stutter coming from? I don't stutter normally. This is kind of weird. Um, it comes the the phrase that I say is just asking for guidance, thanking for guidance, and so on and so forth. It's just kind of like a little whatever. I don't know how to explain it, but any of you that do tarot, like Love and Peace, and I think Bailey, not Bailey Beard, but the new Bailey. I was looking at your channel, and I looked at how to pronounce your name, and then I forgot. And I apologize. But it looks like you practice the tarot. It might even be a better idea if you did a reading for Elio, because I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to put that out there, but I just did. So I'm sorry. I'm not trying to, Elio, I'm not trying to shrug you off. I'm just trying to be incredibly honest about where I am, and that I've never done a reading, and I just need to think about if I'm ready. And that probably sounds really lame, but as always, I just keep it real. I just put shit on the table, and there's a lot going on in my life right now, and so it's not exactly the most peaceful time. But then again, I've had things like this happen in the past, and it's been the universe pushing me. So the fact that you asked makes me feel like I should do it. And I tend to overthink sometimes. I mean, not all the time, because sometimes I just really just go with it. But other times, like certain things, I make into a big deal, and I shouldn't. And I think that's just being human. I'm not sure. Um, so the long story short, I'm give me a day. Let me think about it for a day, and yeah, just let me think about it. I'm so sorry to make it sound like all dramatic and shit, but let me meditate on it, and I don't know if I'm ready, but I I feel a little bit excited about it, but I don't know. And for those of you that do practice tarot, how did you feel before your first reading? Were you scared? Were you a little nervous? Or did you just kind of go with it? Because I've done a lot of preparation. Like, I've been studying my cards for at least a year, probably a little longer. Actually, I can go back and look at when my first video about my deck was, because that's when I started. I think right around then is when I started studying. I always keep a second page open on my screen, because I usually want to go back and look at stuff. Wow, I've made a lot of videos. Maybe some of these need to be pulled down. Maybe not. I don't like pulling my videos down because it's just like they were there for a reason. Where are you? Ah, here it goes. Yeah, February 15th, 2010. It's actually been over a year. Um, and I had been studying for a little while when I made that. Um, um, I take it very seriously, and I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do because um, I have so much respect for a lot of people that actually read tarot and stuff like that. And I've never had a reading done on me except for Love and Peace pulled a card for me once. And I remember I had so much respect for the fact that she did that, and it was just, it meant a lot to me. So, yeah. So, all right, guys. That's the end of this vlog. I have two more to make today. So, well, one more to make. No note from the universe today because it's the weekend. But Elio, I will let you know. Give me a day. Let me think about it. And if you guys have any input on whether you think I'm being too dramatic, or whether you think that I'm being smart, or if you think that, or if this is something that you've experienced, let me know. Let me know. Much love. Peep out.